All right, guys, this is Team Daisy Strong's team meeting. It is February 8th, 2016, and we have an awesome guest host tonight, Laura Etheridge, and we are talking about social media tips and apps, I think. So anyways, Laura, I'll let you take it away. It's all you, girl.
Hey guys, hey Hope. How are you?
Awesome.
Yay.
There it is. Okay. Hey.
There's no noise around me, so if I hear anything, I'll know it's y'all, but it's really odd for me to have silence right now. It's awkward. Okay. So
I muted everybody, but if anybody has any questions, you can either unmute yourself or you can type it into the chat part and Laura can answer. All right, take it away, Laura.
I'll try to answer. I might have to Google it, but whatever. So basically, I have encountered a couple of close friends that are marketing PR people that basically have gotten trained by one in particular goes to the Marriott social media training. And she just basically was, because I recently spent some time with her on the phone and doing some emails, and I actually saw her not so long ago, and I was like, all right, give it to me. I want you to give it to me, like constructive criticism. I need a solid hour of your opinion about, what I'm doing and what I'm not doing, or what I need to do, or what to work for people. I mean, and she literally like shows me her. I was like, did you see such and such? Asking her if she had seen such and such on my page, which if you think about it in the big scheme of things, no one really sees anything unless they really go to you and look. And she showed me the amount of pages that she handles, which are other companies' like pages. And I was just baffled. I was like, whoa, I've got 2 on my page that aren't mine that I am an admin on and I, help advertise for. But just to think that she had that many. And so I respect and I'm still like, okay, send me all the tips that you have, please. I'm ready to learn. So anyway, I just made this little thing to use so that we can visually do it. Well, that didn't work. Yikes. Katie, it's like you have to do it.
No, your screen share. We can see it.
I know you can see it, but it won't.
Go to start slideshow. Yeah.
Okay, the bigger screen. That's what I was wanting. Yay, thank you. Sorry, I'm blind. All right, so I'm just going to talk to y'all about how Facebook has changed in the last year. Mark, I can't pronounce his last name. Starts with a Z, Zigger, Wigger, whatever. He's awesome. But anyway, yeah, you guys, I don't know if y'all know much about trends or how you're going to target your audience. And then, of course, we'll touch on a little bit of apps for your marketing skills of creativity. Ooh, I haven't used PowerPoint in ages. All right, so first and foremost, this is me preaching to myself all the time, as well as talking to y'all about when you think about what you're going to do on your page, whether you spontaneously do it or you're planning it, just remember to be yourself always. Make your page your own, and keep that in mind whenever you're not sure what to post, because if you put too much thought into it, it might not be you being yourself. So it can be whimsical, or, you know, it can be a planned, purposeful post that, you know, does give other people value. But that's just like number one key. Okay. All right. So obviously, as I kept hearing today with a couple of different podcasts and videos I watched, was in reference to that we are doing attraction marketing. So, you know, when you have a personal page, you want to capture an audience, but you can't really track that unless you're spending time doing statistics on the time of day and the likes, and if it's just your friends and whatnot. So one of the ways that, you know, to continue attracting other people is to pay attention to how you're going to be creative. And this is just a list of apps that I personally have used. I've used all of these except for PicMonkey. And then, of course, Katie has others that she's told me, but these are the only ones that I've actually used. A lot of times when I do a video, it's sideways, and this one allows you to rotate it, which is kind of cool because, I mean, obviously you don't want to post a video sideways. And these top two just give you ways you can verbiage and make collages and stuff. This allows you to make interactive videos with other videos that are also collages. This is just a cool app that is trending with the seasons or the holidays, so you can have backgrounds. This one is just like, you know, you can make it square for Instagram if you use Instagram. And then these two, whoops, sorry. I apologize. My mouse was happy. I use Canva on my computer, and then from what I understand, I believe the same with PicMonkey. I don't know. I don't use Canva on my phone. So I basically use it for cover photos, Canva. All right, so continuing to capture your audience. All right, so this is what I've run into, and this is what I'm learning is not necessarily pointless, but it ends up being why I'm trying to learn more to make changes here. Okay, so if you establish the time of day that, you know, you're reaching the audience that you think that that you're trying to get, if the same people are all the time liking your posts day in and day out, I mean, you know, how are you going to be reaching other people? One way is to definitely make sure that you have a personal page set as public profile. And then another thing is figuring out how to reach it's called your second tier connection. I didn't realize that was the terminology for it. However, that's what's referred to when you have a like page or you use LinkedIn, which is targeted for marketing for businesses, which we all eventually will hopefully become more familiar with. But you want to attract your friends of friends, and that's kind of how you can reach other people besides just the people that like your stuff all the time. And you're gonna have people that are maybe mad or angry at you because you're way too positive and happy. Like recently I had, which is okay. I love them and that's okay. But you know, there's the blocking and that sort of thing that you can do that helps with havoc, you know, with people bothering you or being negative about what you do or how you do what you do. So another thing that we recently talked about, and I definitely did learn, that master whichever social media that you use the most first and master it. And for me, originally, I would have a picture, just a canned picture, and I would want it to go through Instagram first because it's really easy, especially like if it's shaped in a square, as far as like basically editing the way that it looks. It's really easy to do that through Instagram, but you want to be sure that if you do that, that's fine. Just do that to Instagram. If you want that post or picture to be on Facebook, go ahead and do it separately. Don't link each other to each other because it goes further down in the totem pole of the news feed. And that's the whole purpose of capturing a new audience, is doing things that link your post to the top of the news feed. And, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've been noticing that perhaps whatever it is that we may be discussing at times is blah, 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 because, we're not paying attention to the intricate things that we need to know about capturing our audience. Okay, so this is the main thing that I recently learned, and I hope that everyone knows this, and it would be awesome if I was literally the only person that had no idea about this. If that's the case, I'm okay with that. But anyway, the fact that we all know about news and media and what, is trending today and how that impacts where it goes on your feed, because the trends change. I mean, maybe even every minute, every 30 minutes, every hour, whatever is trending is such a rapid change that, to use those organizing planned post systems are great, but they don't really work if you're trying to follow what's trending, because what's trending yesterday at noon is not going to be trending tonight at 8 o'clock, obviously. So, Super Bowl was one, obviously, just different stuff. But you can see what's trending. There's tons of different ways to see it. You can find it on Yahoo. You can find it inside Facebook. But the key with getting your post in attracting other people that maybe have never even seen anything associated with what you're talking about is to link whatever is trending to whatever. I mean, for example, not that there was a bunch of activity on it, but there was diabetes was trending earlier today, and I made a post about it because I had talked to like 5 people in the last 2 weeks with diabetes, and there's supposedly a cure. So you just post things that are relevant, and then of course you definitely want to keep in mind that your hashtags don't need to be like 2 sentences or anything that maybe just is pointless. It needs to be relevant. I mean, if you're going to use hashtags, you need to understand what they're for. And they're actually like for the same topic. So, I mean, if you're going to create one for yourself, that's great. It helps you search that topic later. But if you want to reach someone with a hashtag, you can Google trending hashtags, and make it relevant to your market and to your audience and to the subject of the topic of the post, obviously. I've learned that, just randomly nonsense with a hashtag, it's a waste of space. All right, so how many people do you guys want to reach? remember that if you're doing 3 to 5 posts a day, I think it's a good idea to choose, Monday, 8 a.m. post. Okay, it's going to be a trending post. Tuesday, your 6 o'clock post is going to be a trending post. Wednesday, your nooner is going to be a trending post, so that you're hitting different markets, targets, people, whatever you want to call it, audience that literally may have never seen anything you've ever posted because you're posting something that's trending. So, of course, I'm saying for you guys to raise your hand and say I do to that. I was being silly, but anyway, woohoo! All right, so the importance of the actual trends. When a friend or page you are connected to post about a current hot topic or conversation is more likely to appear higher up in the newsfeed. I just said that. That definitely means that, that other audience that you may not even know or knows will end up eventually over time, if you're consistent with the trends. And I'm not talking about seeing what's trending today and then posting about it tonight. You have to look at what's trending now and post about it now. So it definitely is a on-the-spot, spontaneous post. This right here, you can't even see it because I can't, but it is a link that is through Facebook that describes and talks about how trends helped your personal pages and your like pages. Okay. All right. So I guess Mr. Mark and his team learned that there was all kinds of things going on with Facebook that didn't meet up eye to eye with legitimate marketing. So these are some things I've figured out that, we need to learn how to avoid. And I don't know if how long you guys have been on Facebook. I wish I could remember the year I started. I think it was 6 years ago, 6 or 7. Anyway, up until this last year, like all the time, all day long, I was like ready to win something because it was a like, share, and comment post. And they were going on all the time, and I wanted the Grateful Dead tapestry, and I wanted the Widespread Panic floor mat, and I was going to get Dougie actually won some kind of note eater pin or something. I don't know. I won a poster of Hauser. I mean, we've won a couple of times, but anyway, you don't see that anymore, or I don't. If you do, great, and if you win, great. But the algorithms that the Facebook crew have come up with, the mathematical geniuses, totally don't like these words used at all. So basically, refrain from using the words period, either any of them ever. Just don't use them. And then, of course, if we're pushing people to buy a product or install any kind of app, having them enter a promo or sweepstakes with no real context, just for the heck of it, which I'm sure at some point or another, I'm pretty sure I've been guilty of all of that. Not necessarily a sweepstakes, but it also, I figured out that the top stuff is basically like baiting and wanting people to up your post by liking it, or spam stuff, and these are things you don't want to be involved in. So yeah, the other one, yeah,
it's because Facebook, whenever something's liked, shared, or comment, then it's higher up on people's news feeds. So they just don't want you doing that on purpose or asking people to do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's baiting people to basically promote your stuff. And so I'll get to the reason, and I'll get to how to what they've replaced that with, because there are apps for us to replace that with, which is pretty cool. And I've looked at some of them, but I haven't done it yet. It might cost you a little bit, but they're apps that actually track. I mean, because I know Katie and I have been like, okay, such and such, you can win such and such. Well, I mean, do we want to go back and find that post and count how many people and who was where and what? Well, there's apps for contests. So anyway, when you repeatedly do the same post or repeat other people's posts, the same exact thing, it doesn't like that. When you just put, a sentence, text only, Facebook does not like that. And then this is something that I don't know. I want to understand it more. But bundle post is when the user needs to click see more. So basically, if you've got a lot to say, then that's when we need to start figuring out how to do blogs. And if the customer or the friend or the audience has to click see more, then it's not going up in the newsfeed. The keynote there is 40 characters above your picture or video. I didn't realize that. I don't know how strong of a avoidance that is, but it just tells me that if I've got, a couple of pages of things to say, which I typically do, then therefore I need a blog. Okay, and then we link that 40 characters with whatever we're going to say to our blog, and it's the connection of the internet. Let's utilize it. Changes of the algorithms continued. This is what you're supposed to be, according to the new changes, be doing more of, or what Facebook quote unquote loves or likes. So tagging other people within a post increases the visibility. Therefore, you're not only seeing it, their friends are seeing it, and then their friends are seeing it, obviously. You can actually set your settings to where people can't just post on your page. You can set where they have to type in your name to tag you to post on your page. I don't know if y'all knew that, which is, kind of cool because, you don't want anybody and everybody just posting whatever. So Facebook actually likes your photos and videos better than not having them, but it does not like the memes. I didn't realize that. Do y'all know what the memes are? It's basically like whatever, I guess, quote slapped on a picture. It's called a meme. I was reading that, and we all do it, but meme, I like meme. Meme. I call it meme. I'm gonna pronounce things my own way. Just y'all get over it. So whatever. All right, the links that you post are great, especially if they're trending or if they're relevant. Like, obviously you can do whatever you want in your groups, but when you do it on your personal page, don't necessarily include the actual link, post it and then delete it, and the picture is still there. And as far as sharing, I suggest saving it and then posting it, unless you're like trying to help another corporation or business with sharing stuff. That's just my personal opinion. Okay, so this is really important. This is like how we get traction on our page, and Facebook does track the time frame that it happens in. So you want to have lots of comments, lots of likes, lots of shares of the things that you post. And we already know that, I'm pretty sure. I've already talked about trending topics. The videos that have a large number of views, like when we're doing squats and stuff, you can only imagine how many people like that, because hello. that's just a natural thing to like. And or either they don't, so what? But if the extended amount of duration that it's viewed plus the number of times that it's viewed allows it to be up in the stream better. If you actually know that you've used a link somehow, I don't know how we would know, it's never been used, then it's up higher in the stream. Be sure that your profile is complete, because if it's not, then you're at the bottom of the totem pole. And other high quality pages that get a lot of traction, somehow if they're linked to your page, share with me if you know how that would happen. I haven't, I've been trying to figure that out myself. That helps. And then finally, this is really cool. So when in your spare time, if you want to do a contest, whether it's, you know, sending somebody your extra random Charlene Turbo Fire DVD that you paid $6 for, whatever it is that you own that you want to get rid of that, you know, is relevant to Beachbody or exercise or nutrition, whatever it is, no more do this and win this on Facebook. You find the app that has the best reviews and utilize it, and it tracks your contest entry, winner, people, whatever, and you can figure out who won from that. And it, I believe it costs, but I saw like 5 that were the top ones, but I didn't even know that existed. So I literally learned that recently. So I'm gonna quit rambling on. That was fun. I will say one more thing about social media. I'm not there yet. I'm at like 3,200 friends on Facebook, and it's not that I'm trying to like get the maximum goal, which is 5,000. That's not the point. But once that happens, or after that happens, or before that happens, the fact of the matter is we all are small business owners, and if we want to attract the audience that may be considered the 3rd and 4th and 5th and unknown tier, we do need a like page. One of the top coaches said today that she spent $32, and you know that's not ads. It's just boosting her posts with her like page. The cool thing about like pages that I recently learned, which I handle 2 of them and I just never paid it attention, is you can actually track things as far as your audience and who you're targeting and which friends you've lost. Just kidding. And so can you do on LinkedIn. So if you're like a statistical person and that's your favorite thing in the world, you know,
Juliet.
Right? Like pages and LinkedIn are your tracking friends. So I think that's it. Did I ramble on too much, or did y'all know all of that already?
I didn't even know you could see me at first. Or you're going to be able to, but.
What'd you say?
I didn't even know that you were going to be able to see me at first.
Oh, I didn't even see you. There you are.
Everybody, this is Lynette.
Hi.
So Lynette.
I'm going to stop share and I'm going to open up this so I can see everybody big. Yay. I thought there was 4 people and there's how many?
15 call. Laura, you just hosted like our largest number of participants in a team call.
So how are these people that are gray pretend like it's their first photo shoot and get on there? Can they show us their face? Is that too much to ask?
Oh, I just wasn't expecting it because I'm like sitting in my bed. and I have on a tube top, and I just didn't know you were gonna be able to see me. So I just was late and stuff. Felt rude.
No, you're all good. I mean, all right, Laura, that was fantastic. I'm gonna stop recording if that's okay.
Absolutely.